I know it's such an honor for me to receive this award, especially considering the first-hand knowledge that I have with all of my fellow Knox grads, graduated years before me, years after me, who are definitely excelling in the environments and in the careers that they have. So standing up here and being able to sort of represent them is sort of just an extension of all the good work that each and every one of them are doing. To Carol Brown and to the Alumni Affairs Office, thank you very much for all the work that you've done putting this together. I was going to say, for folks like my wife and myself who don't exactly live around the corner from Knox, being able to lean on the Alumni Affairs Office for information, being able to showcase the many successes that folks like those of us who are here today, the achievements that the alumni have been able to do in their lives, and to be able to spread that news not only to others in the Knox community but to those outside of the community. It's a very big and important role, and thank you very much for the work that you guys have done. And a quick little fashion side note, Owen, I mentioned this to you earlier, the tie that I'm wearing here that Dudley and I are so nicely rocking here this evening was presented, you presented this to me right after graduation in 2003, and even though we haven't really been in the same room very much lately, just know that I appreciate the gesture, and I'm still convinced that the Cardinals are going to be able to pull off the NL Central this year too. So, to my wife and to my kids, who many of you have probably heard so far this evening, thank you very much for all the sacrifices you've made over the years, and most especially just for being such good travel companions yesterday and allowing us to get here without much of an issue. To my parents, Al and Marilyn, who are here, I appreciate the sacrifices that you've made, many of which I know, many of which I don't know, I'm certain, that allowed me to come here and experience Knox for myself and walk away with a fantastic education, with a fantastic experience, and really allowed me to put me in a position to be where I am at today. So over the past 9.5 years at ESPN, I've had the opportunity to experience a number of fantastic world-class sporting events. I've witnessed Grand Slam tennis finals. I've stood on the Baseball Tonight set with my father in 2006 and watched our Cardinals win the World Series from Busch Stadium. I've participated in boat races in Maui. I've ridden in a tank on a U.S. military base in Germany. I've stood on a NASCAR pit lane and watched the night race at Bristol in front of 250,000 people. And all of this was done on the clock in the name of sports media. So if you enjoy the atmosphere surrounding a sporting event either in person or watching on television, it'd be hard to argue against the idea that I've got a pretty cool job. And I would agree. I've been fortunate to be a part of many of these experiences, and I owe it all to folks like you here in the room. I consider myself extremely fortunate to be where I'm at and to be doing what I'm doing. I've been the benefit of a few key relationships to get in on the ground at ESPN, but as most of you would know, networking is all part of the game. It's who you knew that gets you in the door, but it's what you've been able to prove to others that allows you to stay there and be successful. As I previously mentioned, I'm not using chemistry in my job, but using the research skills I've gained from the hours in the lab and the libraries I spent, the time that I spent in the libraries in SMAC, have allowed me to prove my points and enhance my arguments on a project-by-project basis at work. I'm not playing baseball any longer, but the teamwork and leadership skills gained in part from being a part of the team, being a captain, have allowed me to show myself and lead my teams when I least expected it, when time and urgency are of the essence and everyone is looking to me for the answer. It can be a scary situation at ESPN, and like many jobs, unless you have the right foundation. Foundation which Knox played an integral part in helping to establish. There's not a day that doesn't go by when something related to Knox doesn't cross my mind or enter our dinner conversations. I feel it's important for alums like myself and those of us here in the room and those not in the room, my wife and others, to remain engaged with the college. And I'm talking in more ways than just financially. Remain informed on what's happening at the school. Maintain relationships that you established while you were here. I've done that, and I've got a couple guys that have made the trip here this evening. 10 years ago, we lived together. And yet we maintain, much like a lot of you guys have demonstrated this evening, these relationships that you have established over your time, and they still remain very, very forefront in your mind and a part of who you are. So Maintain those relationships while you're here, and remember to be thankful for all the hardworking faculty and staff who strive to allow people like myself to go out into the world and be successful. I'm humbled to receive this award. I'm thankful to all those who put me in the right position to succeed. I look back fondly on my time at Knox, and I remain committed to doing what I can to ensure that each and every student, both now and in the future, are able to experience what I was fortunate enough to experience. So, thank you.